Today we're playing Pauper One-Land Spy, the deck that uses Balustrade Spy and Destroy the Evidence for turn 1 wins. Let's go check it out. This video is proudly sponsored by Card Market. This is Pauper One-Land Spy, the fastest deck in all of Pauper. The idea is that you would like to search out your one land, Haunted Mire, using Abundant Harvest, Land Grant, or Troll of Khazad-dûm. After you've searched out that one land, you can play rituals like Dark Ritual, Culling the Weak, or Cabal Ritual to accelerate into Balustrade Spy or Destroy the Evidence to mail your entire library. From there, you will unearth Dregscape Zombies and then flashback a Dread Return on the Lotleth Giant. So if you watched my last video, which was in May of 2024, so 9 months ago, you would notice that at the end of that video, I said that I wanted a third Dregscape Zombie because I had some issues with that league hitting the third creature. Well, Kelly Kleiss took that advice and then recorded his own video that went live a few weeks ago. And let me tell you, it's a sweet one. It even has a turn 1 win in it. So I decided, hey, if Kelly Kleiss had that much fun, why don't I run back the league with the changes? So we're playing the third Dregscape Zombie today and hopefully getting a turn 1 win for ourselves. Stick around and find out if we do. I'll see you in the first match. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Match number 1 with One-Land Spy. We've won the die roll. Let's go. So we could search out our one land using the land grant, and then I don't know if this hand does anything. So you could cycle the Street Wraith and hope to hit a Spy, but then you'd have to draw a 0-mana creature for the Culling the Weak. I think you should just take a mulligan. Okay, so you have a Spy effect, and you have the Simian Spirit Guide. So this hand doesn't actually do anything unless you draw into something for the Abundant Harvest. I don't know about this. I think you're supposed to go to 5. I mean, we'll keep, but this hand needs to draw into something good. We'll put 2 Spies on the bottom. Land Grant would by far be our best draw. We'll cycle Street Wraith. Destroy the Evidence is not good. We'll pass. Vault of Whispers. Land Grant. Another Destroy the Evidence. Yikes. Vault of Whispers into a Putrid Goblin. The Goblins deck. Okay. Things are not looking good here. Okay. They swing for 2. Ouch. They're lacking red mana by the looks of it. They Deadly Dispute on the Putrid Goblin, sure. So this will give them a red mana. And Fanatical Offering. Okay. So they have a ton of cards in their hand now. Land Grant remains my best draw. Third, Destroy the Evidence. Oh, these draws have been so bad. Yeah, sure, whatever. We are in trouble. I'm just going to concede. No, I've seen enough. I think we want the Fairy Macabres. And maybe you just board out like Ornithopter. Is that crazy? I'm going to try this. You could also make the argument for a couple copies of Natural State. Yeah, we'll try 2 Natural States. Okay. On the play. We have our land. The only thing this hand is missing is a Spy. I think we'll keep. Play the Haunted Mire, pass the turn. Basic Swamp. We can cycle the Street Wraith into a Lotus Petal. We will pass. Mountain. Ichor Wellspring. And there's our Spy. Okay. We'll play Shield Sphere, Lotus Petal, cast a Dark Ritual, Culling the Weak, sacrifice the Shield Sphere. We'll play Spy, target myself, and now we'll play Cabal Ritual, play Dregscape Zombie, and our opponent concedes. Nice. Alright, game 3. I think I'm going to resubmit. We have Land Grant, we have a Spy. This hand is very good. I could use a little bit more mana, but that's it. Mountain, Parkland Shaman, sure. Lotus Petal, we'll Land Grant. Grab our Haunted Mire, we'll play it. Cycle Street Wraith, Cabal Ritual. Cycle Street Wraith. Oh my. Okay, let's just think through this. I have 3 cards. Could this be a turn 1? I would need more mana, I think. Well, cycle Street Wraith. That's 4 cards in the graveyard. Does that do it? Lotus Petal. I think this is a turn 1. Lotus Petal. Walker. Culling the Weak. That gives me Threshold. Cabal Ritual. No way. We really just pulled off a turn 1. Match 1. Let's go. Let's go. Destroy the evidence. No way. I'm so excited right now. Let's go. Dregscape Zombie. Dregscape Zombie. Dread Return targeting Lotleth Giant. My opponent just typed ... in chat. I agree, opponent. This is so sick. Turn 1 Pauper win. Yes. Stick around for match number 2. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Whoops, I did not hit record. I am so sorry. So we've taken a mulligan in this game, and I ended up keeping a hand that had Dark Ritual, Ornithopter, Culling the Weak, and Land Grant. So I mulliganed to 5, and every turn I've been praying to draw a Balustrade Spy. It has not happened. I'm so sorry for not hitting record. We're facing Golgari Broodscale combo, and maybe I'll get lucky and draw it now. Let's see. Nope, Cabal Ritual. Alright, so we will pass the turn. I did some quick napkin math a few turns ago. We are roughly 15% every draw step to draw into a spy effect, but it has not happened. Our opponent down to 3 cards in hand. And it seems like they don't have the combo either. So, 2 decks just kind of anemically fighting it out right now. Another Shambling Ghast, sure. Draw for turn. We finally hit it. Let's go. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Play Ornithopter. We will Culling the Weak, sacrificing Ornithopter. All the mana in the world now. We will destroy the evidence on our own Haunted Mire. I'm glad that I started recording right before the good stuff happened. So we'll mill our entire library. Cast Cabal Ritual. We'll play Ornithopter. We'll play Dregscape Zombie. And another Dregscape Zombie. So if you'll notice the storm count is up, I hope that they don't have main deck weather the storm. That would be very bad for me. Dread Return targeting Lotleth Giant wherever it might be. Here it is. And Lotleth Giant you. Sweet, we win game number 1. So this tells me that they might have Weather the Storm post board. Looking at some deck lists, it looks like almost no one's playing Graveyard Hate. You could board in Duress for Weather the Storm or Sadistic Glee. I just don't know if that's how we want to fight this matchup. I'm going to try just resubmitting and accepting that I need to be the better combo deck in this matchup. We will keep. We can search our library for the land. We have double Culling the Weak. Like, this is a fantastic hand. If I draw another Lotus Petal, I believe that this is a turn 1 win. They've taken a mulligan to 3. They might actually just have Graveyard Hate. I guess it's not. Another Lotus Petal actually doesn't do it, because I would need another Ornithopter. So this might be a turn 2 win. We'll see. Opponent with a mulligan to 3. They have Colony Garden, sure. We hit Shield Sphere, so if I had another Lotus Petal, this would be a win. We'll Abundant Harvest, we'll say land, put the Haunted Mire into play, and we'll pass the turn. We have to hope that our opponent does not have Graveyard Hate. Did you find it on your mulligan to 3? Okay, nothing yet. I guess it could be a Weather the Storm. Should I try to play this slow? They appear to be F6'd. I'm just going to jam. If they have Weather, they have Weather. Wait, that's only 7. Did I just mess up? I can't win from here. Oh no, did I just let my opponent back into this match? I just messed up. Okay, well that was dumb. We're going to go to game 3. My opponent mulliganed to 3, and for some reason in my head I was like, yeah, 8 mana wins. Forgot that I have to cast the second copy of Culling the Weak. Brutal. Okay. Resubmit. That was not good. Can't take me anywhere. Game 3, we're on the play. I mean, this hand was close, but I don't think it's good enough. We'll take a mulligan. We keep this bottom, the second troll of Khazad-dûm, maybe? Or is it better to have double troll and not have the zombie in my hand? That might be better. I don't love this, but we're going to try to make do. We'll exile the Spirit Guide, cycle a troll. This hand's basically a mulligan to 5. Play Haunted Mire, play out Lotus Petal, and then we'll pass the turn. So the one upside right now is if they have like a turn 1 duress, my hand is duress proof. Twisted Landscape, Land Grant, oh, terrible draw. I think we should just pass. There's no 2 cards I could draw into that win the game, and if they do play a turn 2 duress, my hand, I don't care, I guess is my point. They grab a forest, basic swamp, so no discard spell. We draw into a zombie that I don't want. Cycle Street Wraith, destroy the evidence. Cycle Street Wraith, cycle Street Wraith again, we go to 14. Think I'll pass. Now they play duress, but I don't care, like my hand doesn't have anything in it. They take destroy the evidence, and Ichor Wellspring, sure. We draw a Simian Spirit Guide. So I could Spirit Guide out the Dregscape Zombie, or I could just use the Lotus Petal and keep the Spirit Guide hidden. That might be better. Okay, so my best draw is like Cabal Ritual, because we could play Land Grant for Threshold, and then play Spy off of the Spirit Guide, and then that would win. So Cabal Ritual actually does it. They have Deadly Dispute, 2 mana here for another Ichor Wellspring. So they also don't have Weather the Storm open. If I draw into Cabal Ritual, it's our window. Let's go. Come on, deck. Pretty please. Cabal Ritual. Another Spirit Guide. That doesn't work. Swing. I believe if they tap out again, Dark Ritual might work now. Dark Ritual, Culling the Weak. Okay, so we have 12 outs that I can think of. Another Ichor Wellspring. And another Colony Garden. They have 7 cards in hand. Lotus Petal, that does not work. Swing. So now like an Ornithopter might be able to win next turn. So we have a ton of cards that we could theoretically draw into and win. Play the Lotus Petal. Pass. I should cycle the Troll, just because it's another creature in the graveyard. They Deadly Dispute. I mean, I have to be close to dead here. Last Rites? Oh my god. What a backbreaking card. Holy moly. Wow. So they're going to discard my entire hand here. This is crazy. I guess it's my own fault for messing up game 2. Wow. Wait, did they mess that up? They only took 2? Seems odd. They discarded 4 cards. Okay. And another Colony Garden. And Step will cycle the Troll. So I think we've probably lost this game now. But we had a few windows where I had draws that could have won the game and we just missed. So I want the Troll in the graveyard for creature count. Like, there's a chance that our opponent's just like camping out a Weather the Storm. So every creature in the graveyard matters. A Shield Sphere, that doesn't really matter here. Swing. They throw a plant token in front of it. We'll play the Shield Sphere. Pass the turn. Yeah, I just threw this game away, or this match away, with game number 2. I will not do that again this league. A pair of Culling the Weaks does not eat mana. I was just too excited. They play a Rumble, and they find Mountain, Swamp, Swamp, Weather the Storm. So they have to take a land. Their opponent plays an... They're not killing me. Like, I don't know what is in their hand if they're not doing anything. Now we draw Cabal Ritual way too late. Swing. So they block and sacrifice the Eldrazi Spawn for an Insight. Sure. They've drawn like half their deck. They have to have a win. And now they Weather the Storm. So they go up to 24. Like, we can do 24 damage. That's not a concern. They finally play the Brasking Broodscale. Sadistic Glee. So now they have infinite mana. And they have the Nightblade. Okay, we can concede now. Brutal. So my own misplay cost me the match. Sometimes that happens in Magic. I have to play better. It's part of the game. So we're now 1-1 with 3 matches left to go. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3, we're on the draw, and we've opened up a hand where we have 3 creatures for a Dread return. We have destroyed the evidence, but I don't have a way to, search out the land. So is this a keep? I don't know. I think you're supposed to take a mulligan. I suppose we'll keep this. It's not any better, but I don't want to go to 5. They play Great Furnace and 2 Goblin Tomb Raiders, so we're facing arguably the best deck in Pauper, Mono Red Burn, or Kuldotha Red as people like to call it. Another Culling the Weak, Cycle Street Wraith, and we missed. Pass the turn. So if I were to draw something, I don't know. We go to 13 and then they can attack for 3. I'm going to 10 already. I suppose I could try to play out these creatures as blockers. Another Spy. Terrible draw. We'll play Shield Sphere and Phyrexian Walker. Pass the turn. So now they attack. We'll go to blocks. Put our creatures on theirs. Okay. Shield Sphere gets a little bit smaller. And they pass. So the creature will now transform. Land Grant. Okay, so we might be looking at a win next turn, assuming I get another turn here. We'll play the Haunted Mire, pass. They have 3 cards in their hand. No burn spells. Interesting. They play a land. 3 cards remain. I cannot block this creature this turn because it has Menace. So I should only block 1. So I'm going to take 2 down to 8, and I need their remaining 3 cards in hand to not deal 8 damage. They Chain Lightning on my Phyrexian Walker. I'll say no. And they pass. We draw another Land Grant. I think that this still works. So we'll exile Spirit Guide, Culling the Weak, sacrifice the Shield Sphere. I hope I'm not wrong. Balustrade Spy, target myself. And now we can Culling the Weak, sacrificing the Balustrade Spy. Dregscape Zombie, another Zombie, another Zombie. No burn spells, okay. And now we'll flashback Dread Return on the Lotleth Giant. I feel like I got away with one here. And now the Lotleth Giant will enter, and our opponent will take 20 plus damage. Sweet. Wow. So these decks all play like 4 Relic of Progenitus in the sideboard. We need Natural State. So that's a card we should sideboard in. And we could probably take out Street Wraith. It's just not great against the mono red deck. It does lower our creature count. That said, red isn't a deck that gains a lot of life, so I think that's okay. Game number 2, we're on the draw. Our opponent's taking a mulligan to 6. We're going to keep our hand because I can search our deck with the Abundant Harvest for our land. We have Natural State for our relic, and then if I draw into a Spy, we have all the mana we need. So we have 8 hits, 53 cards. That's 15% every draw step. Those are odds that I'm going to take, while being able to beat the best card that they have against me. Alright, turn 1, Voldaren Epicure. We have Land Grant. So, reasonable draw. It allows me to cycle the Abundant Harvest now. By now I mean next turn, for another look at drawing into a Spy effect. They play Chain Lightning. I go to 16. And then they destroyed my land. That's not very nice. Okay. So I don't have another look next turn at a Spy. It also shuts off Destroy the Evidence, so now I have to draw exactly Balustrade Spy. Okay, we'll discard Natural State, I suppose. Yeah, the Raz there was very good, because it does shut off Destroy the Evidence. Okay. We draw into a Dregscape Zombie. I'll just go to discard. So it has to be exactly Balustrade Spy now. So 8%. Another Land Grant. That does not help me. Another Goblin Tomb Raider. So this is 5 damage coming in. I'll go to 4. And they have Fire Blast, so exactly lethal. I think I'm going to resubmit the same configuration on the play. No, well, I guess I have Troll for a land, but then the rest of my hand is nothing. I could regret this, but I'm going to mulligan. This is interesting. I think we keep, but it could end up biting me in the butt. We're just going to pass the turn. They have turn 1 Voldaren Epicure. We draw into another Simian Spirit Guide. They play a Mountain. Kuldotha Rebirth. Okay. We'll play Shield Sphere. Try to stem the bleeding a little bit. Actually, let's play off Phyrexian Walker too. Clockwork Percussionist. Bushwhacker. Ah, brutal. We're not winning this anymore. Because I'm at least 2 draw steps away. And we're dead. Because this doesn't help me. And another Bushwhacker. Tough. The Raz in game number 2. So now we're 2-2 with 1 match left to go. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Man, this is really embarrassing. I am so sorry. I promise I'm not doing this on purpose. I did not hit record again. I just looked over. We're in the middle of game number 1. I'm trying, like, I swear, I don't know what it is today that it's happened twice, but I swear that I've hit record. We're in the middle of resolving a win, and I was like, just wanted to make sure, and here we are. So this feels so bad that I'm just like doing it in the middle of a win. But we're on turn 4. We mulliganed, and we've had some fortunate luck with being able to win this game, but I actually drew triple Destroyed the Evidence that was not in my opening hand. But our opponent played double Refurbished Familiar that gave me Cabal Ritual Threshold that is allowing me to win right now. So Destroyed the Evidence stinks, but drawing into the win doesn't. And now we're going to Dread Return on the Lotleth Giant. I am so sorry. Like, I know that you don't click on videos to like come in and watch me win. Like, you want to hear some of my thought process, and I feel really bad. I'll try to make sure going forward that I'm actually hitting record. Also, a small correction. At the end of round number 3, I said that we were 2-2. We are 1-2, trying to get our second win right now versus Grixis Affinity. I am so sorry. I feel bad. Okay, so we probably want natural states. I think I'll just shave on Street Wraith. Like, I know going down to 26 creatures can be dangerous, because they're a deck that can gain life using Reckoner's Bargain. That said, I think Street Wraith is the flex spot in this deck, so we're going to play Natural State here. Game number 2 on the draw. We've opened up an incredible hand here. We have Land Grant to search out our land. We have Natural State for a Nile Spellbomb. We have Culling the Weak. What I need now is just more mana. Vault of Whispers into Blood Fountain, sure. We'll reveal our hand to Land Grant and grab a Haunted Mire. Pass the turn. So I have a confession to make. I'm recording this video a little later than I normally do. And I find that when I record later, after the kids gone to bed and all that stuff, the later I go, the worse I play. So I'm sorry. There's a reason I chose the super fast deck to play today. But, you know, I'm trying my best here. I do have a full-time job, and like the whole content creation thing, it does help support my family, but it's also a side gig, so I fit it in where I can, and sometimes I play the fast decks when it's late and I'm tired, so thank you for bearing with me. I'm trying to play well. They play a Bridge and Duress, so this can take my Culling the Weak, or my Destroy the Evidence, actually. That's a tough call. I think if I were them, I would take the Destroy the Evidence, because there's less spy effects than there are mana. And they took Abundant Harvest. That's interesting. Cabal Ritual. I mean, Cabal Ritual is not a bad draw. We'll pass. I wonder why they took Abundant. Do they think that I need to search out another land? So I'm just talking out loud here. Let's say end step I Natural State their Vault of Whispers. They would put 3 cards to the graveyard. Shield Sphere, Culling the Weak. That would be 5 cards to the graveyard. I could cycle Troll of Khazad-dûm. That doesn't really help me. That could be 6 cards. That's not enough to win. So I think I'm going to sit tight here. I guess I can cycle the Troll. That's free to do. Like, it doesn't get me anything, but I can still do it. It puts a card to the graveyard. Like, that's harmless, and I don't need that troll for anything. Another land grant. So I could play the land grant. They'll put 4 cards to the graveyard. Shield Sphere Culling the Weak is 6. So next turn I could try something. If I natural state an object on the end step. Another Vault of Whispers. Refurbished Familiar. Okay, I'll discard the land grant. Mire Enforcer. So I think we have the win. I'll natural state their Vault of Whispers. And now we definitely have the win. Alright, Shield Sphere, Ornithopter. We'll play Culling the Weak. Sacrifice the Ornithopter. Cabal Ritual. Making sure that I'm still recording, looking over. Play another copy of Cabal Ritual. Destroy the Evidence. Dregscape Zombie. Another Dregscape Zombie. And now we'll cast Dread Return on Lotleth Giant, sacrificing these 3 creatures. The Giant happens, and we win match number 4. Once again, I am so sorry about not hitting record. I'll make sure I do for match number 5. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? The final round, match number 5. I am confirming that we are actually recording, and I am on the play. We keep these. We'll play Land Grant. Grab the Haunted Mire, play it, pass. We're facing our first blue deck of the league. Street Wraith will cycle into a Lotus Petal. Abundant Harvest, we're looking for our spy effect, non-land. We find it. Is this a win? We'll play Lotus Petal. So I think what we have to be worried about here is a Force Spike, Spell Pierce, something along those lines. And I believe I can get to Cabal Ritual Threshold. We'll play Dark Ritual. Culling the Weak, sacrificing the Phyrexian Walker. Cabal Ritual with Threshold. Destroy the Evidence. And now we'll unearth Dregscape Zombie. We actually have enough mana here to cast Dread Return and pay for Spell Pierce. Okay, so that's all 3 Dregscape Zombies. And now Dread Return on the Lotleth Giant. Sacrificing our 3 zombies. You might be saying, why not attack? I would lose the mana I have floating, and then I lose the Spell Pierce. We don't want to do that. And now the Lotleth Giant. Well, that was sweet. Okay, so now we just have to seal a post-board game against a blue deck. Bring in some number of duress. We'll take out Street Wraith again, and try this. You could also try like a couple copies of Haunting Misery. I'm worried about boarding out too many creatures. I'll try a couple copies of Abundant Harvest. So this can give me some protection against Graveyard Hate, where I find that Graveyard Hate doesn't tend to be great. But what's nice about Haunting Misery here is that you could set up a situation where you mill your entire deck, you play Dread Return, they might counter it, and then you go, okay, Haunting Misery you. Where Graveyard Hate doesn't allow you to do that. Or, well, Artifact Hate doesn't allow you to do that. I misspoke. This seems fine. We'll keep. If we can draw a Culling the Weak, this is a turn 1 win. They have Basic Island. Into Relic. Alright, let's see it. Culling the Weak, everyone. Channel it into your good vibes. Ornithopter. Not quite a Culling the Weak. We'll play Land Grant. Grab the Haunted Mire. Pass. So we did not hit our magical Dreamland card. And now we're facing a blue deck that has relics. Seething Landscape. Dark Ritual. So I think I just have to try to beat the relic the old-fashioned way, or hope that they get silly and tap out. And step they Brainstorm. I guess relic are, well, how am I supposed to say this? Haunting Misery doesn't beat relic. Well, I mean, it doesn't beat Counterspell plus relic. I could mill my deck and then Haunting Misery. That's how we're going to beat this relic this game. So I guess I have to resolve Balustrade Spy and Haunting Misery. That's how we beat the relic. But Dread Return plus Haunting Misery doesn't beat relic. It would beat double Counterspell. I'm just trying to clarify that, because when I was sideboarding, I mentioned Dread Return plus, and it was a little bit wrong. We're going to just continue to pass the turn. They Lightning Bolt my Phyrexian Walker. Sure. Okay. They have 4 cards. We draw Dread Return. It's a little awkward. We'll play the other Phyrexian Walker. Pass. Another Lightning Bolt. Okay. And our opponent just refusing to tap out. So I do have enough mana now to double Balustrade Spy, but that's not where we're at. I'm also worried that I boarded out creatures. We have 6 creatures out, so right now, this is not lethal. Because I had 25 creatures in my deck, and now we're below that. A null. Sure. I'll pass. They eat the Lotus Petal. Another land. They still have 4 cards in their hand here. Troll of Khazad-dûm. I could try to hardcast Troll. I suppose that's one way to win. Let's try another copy of Lotus Petal. I'm going to pass. So I don't think Haunting Misery is lethal anymore because of the relic and the number of creatures I've drawn. We'll exile Spirit Guide. Let's try a Dregscape Zombie. Ideally, this would deal at least a little bit of damage. They have 6 cards in their hand, and they're passing. That's good. Another Shield Sphere. Swing. Cast into the fire on my zombie. Sure. We'll pass. So they're going to eat my zombie now with the relic. The odds of me winning this, I feel like, have dramatically gone down. Another land. They have 5 cards. And a terror. Yep. We draw Ornithopter. Play the Shield Sphere. And they don't attack. Interesting. We finally drew Haunting Misery, but I just don't have enough creatures. There's already 4 creatures in exile. Play Ornithopter. And now they brainstorm. They cycle a Lorien Revealed. We draw another Ornithopter. I guess we're playing them out. I don't know what else to do. They cast another copy of Brainstorm. And our opponent has realized that they're supposed to attack. Okay, I'll go to 15. They play another Tolarian Terror. Cabal Ritual. I just don't think there's any way forward. I'm going to just go to game 3. And we'll get rid of the Haunting Miseries. I don't know how many Natural State I'm supposed to have, but I feel like we want some. I think I have to get rid of the Abundant Harvests. So this is 26 creatures. I mean, in theory, that should be enough, but I drew a lot of creatures last game. We'll submit and just hope for a better draw. On the play for game number 3. This hand was so close. If this Lotleth Giant was a spy, we'll mulligan. Keep this. Get rid of the Troll of Khazad-dûm. Like, this is actually pretty close to a turn 2. If I draw a land, or I shouldn't say a land, a +1 mana next turn, so Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Culling the Weak, Snow-Covered Island, we draw a Troll. I have to pass. End step, they brainstorm. Okay, so they have 1 land. Like, if I draw a mana here, I'm going to go for it. And we missed again. Back-to-back draws where we missed. That might have been the game. Because now they have Counterspell mana open. And now, of course, I draw the mana I needed. Alright, so I will discard a Troll of Khazad-dûm. They play land number 4. And a Ponder. They did not shuffle on the Ponder. They have 7 cards in their hand. Another Spy. We will go to cleanup. I'm afraid that we've missed the window this game. Augur of Bolas. They find Spell Pierce. Cabal Ritual. Let's try Shield Sphere. Pass the turn. Cast into the fire. Yep. So they swing. Another land grant. We'll just go to cleanup. They lightning bolt me. I go to 16. They attack. I'll fall to 15. Another Cabal Ritual. Let's see if they counterspell a Dark Ritual. I mean, we know that they have a Spell Pierce. They just let it go. They did not take the bait. I'm trying to think of what a winning game looks like. I don't think there really is one, so I'm going to try to bait them here. I'm going to purposely out of order sequence so that way they could potentially kill the Ornithopter with the Dark Ritual in the stack, and they did not fall for it. Cabal Ritual. Like, we've lost this. I drew all of the mana after the turns where I needed it to happen, so... Like, we're dead to counterspell here, because even though I can play another Spy, I can't beat the Spell Pierce. So I could play another Spy, but then I can't beat the Spell Pierce because I have to play another one after that. so I'd only have 1 mana floating. And there's the counter spell. So now we'll try the other spy, knowing that I can't beat the spell Pierce that's in their hand. Their resolves, we'll target myself. I just want this to be over with. We will unearth a Dregscape Zombie, and that'll also do. So we lose, and we went 2-3. Not the best record. In my opinion, it should have at least been a 3-2. I threw that second round against the Golgari Broodscale deck. That probably should have been a win. So we fairly lost to the blue deck and to mono red. Those are, tough matchups. Where I think that this deck list struggles is overall consistency, but that comes with the explosiveness of playing the Culling the Weak package. Duress, we never saw it, at all in those post-board blue games. That said, the problem with Duress, instead of something like Pyroblast, and I like Duress because it beats things like Thraben Charm. That said, Duress does not beat Counterspell the same way, because you Duress them, and if they have 2 counterspells they can cast, they just go, okay, I'll cast this other one instead. Where Pyroblast, they have to invest the mana, and then they lose. So it's tough, because I also don't think you can support Pyroblast off of just Lotus Petal and Simian Spirit Guides. I think that's kind of asking for a lot. So you could maybe play an extra land in the sideboard and then play Pyroblast instead of Haunting Misery. I'm not sure what the actual solve is. But what I do know is that I think moving forward, I am in on the Culling the Weak package. I tried to play another league recently with the Tinderwall Wild Cantor builds, and I didn't love it. It just felt so slow and clunky, where I feel like this has a lot more potential. It just needs to be defined a little bit more. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry that I, didn't play that well and I didn't hit record a few times, but hopefully you enjoyed the turn 1 win. That's all I've got for tonight. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and as always, keep storming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. After you do that, open up our description where you can find all of our social media networks, including our Discord, where you can discuss today's deck in that Discord with me and tons of other combo masterminds. It's absolutely free to join, and it's certainly worth your while.